Hello everyone. Selena here, founder, host, lead educator with the American Crochet Association. I'm here because I'm partnering together with All Free Crochet. We've been hosting a mystery crochet along all this month, and I'm finally wrapping up that crochet along with this live finishing party. If you're watching live, come on over, say hey, say hello. Tell me where you're viewing from. We're going to be looking at all of the projects that have been posted so far, if you posted them to Ravelry, or if you used our hashtag on social media. I'm going to be looking through each one of those things together, and you guys can get all the details when you click on the link in the video description. So the first thing that I'm showing you guys is the crochet along that was hosted on the All Free Crochet website. When you click on that link in the video description, you're going to find out more about me and the American Crochet Association. But also click this button, this big red giant flashing button, to subscribe to get updates on not only this crochet along, you may get one more update on this, but for future crochet alongs like this one. I don't know how much I can tell you guys, but I feel that I can tell you that I'm working on another crochet along. And if you guys dig the way we do crochet alongs here, if you've enjoyed this crochet along and you want to participate in another one like this, go on ahead and hit that subscribe button. And as soon as we have the details, you guys are going to be the first to hear about it. Okay. So in addition to that, on this page, you're going to see so much information, like you can come on over and join the free community, the All Free Crochet community. Here's the hashtag that we've been using. We're going to look at everyone who's posted using that so far. And you guys are still welcome to do that and to post your projects to Ravelry. If you're not sure how to do that, you can click here to get instructions. So all of the parts of this crochet along have already been covered with videos just like this. I've got all the instructions and all the different parts and all of the dates and everything that you would need to complete this granny square poncho. Now, it was a mystery for a really long time. We knew it was granny squares. We knew it was a poncho. I just didn't share exactly what it looked like, but we did see what it looked like this week. So if you're new to the party, or if you missed that last video update, just know that everything's out there. It's all out there for everybody to view. If you missed anything, just click on over. You guys can get all the details. Okay. All right, now before we dive into all the projects, it looks like so many of you guys are here. A few of you are saying hello. So let me just give you guys a shout out back. It looks like Janet Roberts is here. Janet has been waiting from Missouri, so thank you for checking in. Roseanne is here from rainy Pennsylvania. I hear you. I think we're going to be getting some rain here too in Oregon soon, but we need it, so I'm not complaining. And Cecile is here from California. Good to see you. Thanks for checking in. All right, guys, keep those questions, comments coming. As soon as I get to them, I'll see them. But we've got a lot of projects that we're going to get through. I am starting with all of the projects that have been posted to Ravelry so far. I love posting projects to Ravelry. It's a great place it's a free place, first and foremost. So that's pretty awesome. Anybody can join, anybody can start an account. And when you do, you can post the projects that you create and you can link them to the patterns. For example, this particular pattern is listed on Ravelry, not the instructions, but there is a listing here. And that way, when you're completing your project, it is linked to that finished project, and you can see all the other projects that people have created. So it's a great way for you to track what you've been working on, but it's also a fantastic way that we can see all the projects people have created for a particular pattern. It's great for inspiration. It's nice to see how things work up and how things fit and what colors people are using. It's just fantastic. So that's what we're going to do today. Now, before we dive into all the projects, you guys may be looking at these going, I need to know what yarn people used. That's another fantastic thing about starting projects here on Ravelry. It's a catalog, essentially. So everything that you key in about your product, it's cataloged in some way. Like, for example, what yarns did people use? Well, here we go. We can see all the yarns people used for this. For example, Red Heart Yarn Unforgettable is the yarn that I wrote the pattern for. Highly recommend that yarn or something similar. So other people used Hobby Carnival. Same yarn, Boutique Unforgettable, but there you have it. Mary Maxim Prism, Red Heart Croquet, Premier Yarns Anti-Pilling Everyday Bobbin, Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn, Lion Brand Shawl and a Cake, Lion Brand Landscapes, and also a Karen Jumbo. So those are just the yarns that people categorize so far. But there's other yarns that you're absolutely welcome to use. So let's take a peek at them. So I'm just going to kind of start from the top and work our way down. Some of these images, like these first 5 here, are all from a Cody Cowgirl. Love your project so much. Thank you for sharing it. So just all the pictures that you post will kind of line up here so we can see what one granny square looks like. We can see what the yarn, well, here's the yarn, but here's how that color, you know, is represented in a granny square. And hopefully now you guys can really see why I chose this yarn for this project. We're putting all this hard work into making these individual granny squares. We want them to stand out in some meaningful way, but also a nice boutique way, right? So I felt that this yarn just kind of lended its creativity to us. And that way we could just make these granny squares and it really highlights all that work with the beautiful color gradients that we see in each one of these squares. So beautiful work. And thank you so much for posting that. Oh, it looks like Jerry Sue Tinker loved this so much. Jerry Sue really kept us updated with 10 different pictures. I love when that happens because we can really see the entire process. So she started with what yarn she was using. Here's a granny square. Here's a few granny squares. Here's a panel. Here's my finished project. Here I am wearing my finished project. It really tells a story. And I think that that's so important whenever it comes to projects. So Jerry Sue, you're my poster child. Love it so much. Look, she even does here's what it looks like from the front. Here's it from the side. Here's it from the back. Really love that so much. Here's some more. I think this particular user was one of my pattern testers. Huge shout out to my pattern testers. They work so hard just to kind of test out all of my patterns and make sure that they're in perfect working order before we kind of post them out there to the public. And this was one of them. So that's why we just kind of see a little bit worked right here. But again, I love that color and it really is helpful to see this in different colors. Here's a really creative project. Again, one of my pattern testers. She wasn't required to make, or she wasn't asked to make the entire poncho, but she liked it so much she kept going. And what I love about her poncho is she's using solid colors, but she really dressed up the design with just how she changed colors for these. So it looks like she used a variegated yarn just because of how beautifully she changed colors and how wonderfully she put it together. So that is a really excellent example of how you can use solid yarn if that's all you got or that's what you want to use and make a beautiful poncho that really stands out. Now I got to give props here to Monica Mercado because she is just one of my favorite crocheters to follow. I absolutely love that sometimes she'll kind of do something a little different and make me go, what? That's so clever. Now we can see here from the pictures that the one thing that she did a little differently here, let me blow this up just a little bit. Is she just put her poncho on differently. I would have never thought about making, okay, so let me just kind of explain it this way. I designed this poncho so that the 2 granny squares strips were in the front, giving this a V-neck look. And she's like, well, we could be vertical with that, but I'm going to just move the poncho so that way the granny squares are horizontal. So here you can see they're horizontal going across her arms. Here you see it's vertical going straight in line with her body. I love it both ways, but honestly, when I saw her wearing this in this horizontal way, I was like, man, it looks like a completely different poncho. Like I would have never thought about wearing it that way. So that was really clever. And I loved seeing that. I just thought it was a really different, interesting way that, that you can try this poncho. So don't be afraid to try different things. Be like Monica. She's a good example. And oh my gosh, love the color that she used. I think she used the same color as Jerry Sue. It just looks brilliant. Absolutely love it. Here's another one of my amazing pattern testers. And that's why we only see just a little bit of this worked up. But again, this pattern tester is using a yarn that has this little color variation in it. It looks like maybe it's marled or twisted. And yes, she did use very different colors. And it's just, again, another example of you seeing this project in different colors and what it looks like. I am really interested to see how this one works out, so keep us posted. Sometimes I'm afraid of shorter color repeats like this, to where a color is only represented on a few stitches at a time. But I wonder if this is really going to stand out enough to where we can really see these granny squares differentiated. So keep us posted, because the color already it's by itself is absolutely gorgeous. So keep us posted. All right, shawl in a ball is listed here, and I love that yarn so much. It feels beautiful. It looks beautiful. It's so nice to wear. I've made lots of garments with this yarn, so I was so excited to see that somebody was working up their sample in this. I think that it has a great amount of color variation in it, and as you can see right here, I mean, it looks like two completely different colors of granny squares, but there's only so much color in this to where even though it has these drastic changes, if you make each granny square, I mean, you are making each granny square and you're joining the last, right? So when you do that, you're going to see that color variation in your granny square strips. So you're going to see all of these colors represented in your poncho, and I think that's going to look beautiful. So I cannot wait to see this finished project. We don't see it yet. All right, here is another one. All right, we've just got the yarn and the hook, and hopefully we'll see more soon. Keep us posted. Here's another one where we're just seeing one granny square represented. Love this color. And if nothing else, you know, even if there's only one granny square posted so far, at least you see how a color works up, which is very, very important. Here is one. Love how this worked up. They did use Red Heart Unforgettable, and we're only seeing one panel created so far, but you can absolutely see how this particular color worked up not only in one granny square, but how all the granny squares worked up, and then how the panel worked up. It just looks like these beautiful stripes, and I'm so excited about those colors. SJ Country Crochet, another one of my favorite pattern testers and favorite crocheters to follow. It looks like they also used Red Heart Unforgettable. It looks absolutely beautiful, not only in those individual squares, but also in the panel portion. Beautiful work. And thank you so much for taking this modeled picture. I love seeing all the pictures, so definitely keep those posted. All right, here is just one picture we see, but we see this beautiful variant in the color, and we see just one strip of granny squares so far, so hopefully we'll see more soon. Here's another beautiful representation of Lion Brand shawl in a ball. Again, love that yarn so much, and I think it's stunning with this particular pattern. And so you can really see just how the granny square, you can see the yarn, you can see how the granny squares work up, and then here you see that almost two panels are complete. So when that's done, it's going to look so boutique. I'm really excited to see more of that. All right, here's one with Prism yarn from Cecilia. Cecilia, I'm so glad that you followed along. I have not worked with Mary Maxim Prism, but I think that this is really beautiful. I wonder if, did you use two strands held together? I'd have to look and see if she made any additional notes about that. That's possible, just because I see Red Heart Crochet and then Mary Maxim Prism. Now, that's a really interesting way to work this, and I'd love to hear more about that. I really love how just one granny square is worked up and we see the strip, and I think it looks fantastic so far. All right, here's another one. We've got a few pictures. Red Heart Unforgettable here again is used. We see a granny square, and then we also see the granny squares together. I can't wait to see more of that. I love that burst of orange. This was almost the color I chose to make my sample, just because I love the sunset look of this. It looks like the sunset over the water to me. It's gorgeous. All right, here is another one, Red Heart Unforgettable. Again, we can see the yarn, we can see the squares and how they work up together. Keep us posted on that. I can't wait to see the finished project. All right, here is some. It looks like we've got, let's see, photo 3 of 3. Okay, here, 1, 2, 3 of 3. Okay, so all that's together. I love when you guys do that. Just, you can't share enough, or you can't, there is no such thing as too much when it comes to sharing pictures, so keep that coming. All right, now this one, I'm not familiar with this yarn, but I am really excited to see how this one works up. So far we just see yarn and a hook. So that is a perfect little teaser picture. As this is being worked up, don't be afraid to share with us. Not only here in Ravelry, but again, share on social media, okay? Now, even though this is the final video that I'm making for this crochet along, that does not mean it's done with, it's over, you know, you missed out, all of that. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means you don't have to wait for the instructions anymore, and you can still just complete this on your own time at your own pace. So make sure that as you're following along and as you're working it up, you know, share your project, post your project, but also keep using the hashtag, okay? So the hashtag that we're using for this crochet along is, hold on, hashtag Granny Poncho CAL 2022. Can you see that? Why is it not? There we go. Sorry, sometimes my screen doesn't cooperate. I have the links in the video description, and that way you can just copy it and paste it, and you don't have to fret. You don't have to put it to memory or anything like that. Now, before we go through this and before we see all of the projects here that you guys have posted, let me give a few more shout outs. It looks like Carol is here. So good to see you, Carol from the UK. Phyllis is checking in from New Jersey. Hello, I was just talking about your project. Did you see? Great crochet along. I've been wanting to use the unforgettable yarn I had in my stash. I loved your project. I was so happy to see that you posted it, and I was so grateful to see that you followed along. It's always good to have you in the crochet community. So thank you for being with us. All right, Janet is the last comment that I see here. Janet says, I want to make mine out of unforgettable title. I don't think you could make a wrong choice whenever it comes to unforgettable. I think it's a fantastic yarn for something like this. It looks boutique. It feels boutique. The color is absolutely amazing. And I think that it really transforms this classic granny square motif into something that looks really chic and modern. So don't be afraid to try that yarn. There's some great colors in there. All right, guys, let's take a peek at all of the hashtags that were used so far. Now, what I love about using the hashtag is that whenever you click on that on social media, you post the hashtag Granny Poncho Crochet Along 2022. Make sure you copy and paste it exactly, because whenever you click on that, it doesn't suck. It just sucks all the posts from social media and it puts them all into one news feed. So that's what we're looking at here. So if you want to find something, or if you have a question pertaining to this, or if you want to share your project pertaining to it, post the hashtag, okay? Because like, for example, this is a great example. Rena had a question. She used the hashtag. I was immediately able to just kind of answer her question. Here I am being like, hey guys, here's a crochet along. Don't miss it. Hashtag. And that way you didn't miss it. If you want to watch any of my past videos, they are all using the hashtag Granny Poncho Crochet Along 2022. So you can view all of the different parts. Here's another question. So lots of great questions. Monica Mercado. Oh my goodness. Here we see she's wearing it two ways, and I don't think she did it wrong either way. I think it's great. And I love that her hair and the background and her outfit like all coordinates. It just looks beautiful. So something that I kind of skipped over. If you have any questions about this crochet along, like how something is done or anything like that, it's a good idea to kind of read through the posts, because sometimes people have questions that are posted this way. And maybe it's you have the same question, or maybe it's something that will just kind of help you through this. Maybe it's a question you didn't even have. Here's mine. Of course, I made one, so I had to post it too. So there is mine. I made a little photo collage so you could see lots of different things, because I think it's important to be like, here's my squares, here's my panel. Look, I'm wearing it with the dress. Isn't that cool? You know, I think that when it comes to crochet items that we wear, I think sometimes it's equally important to see, like, how are people wearing this? Like, what are you wearing with this thing? I like to crochet pieces that are really easy to incorporate into the wardrobe that I already have. So hopefully you guys think that this poncho is a piece like that. So if you wear jeans and a t-shirt, if you wear sundresses, anything like that, hopefully this is just something that you can just easily incorporate into that. All right, more just kind of updates. Here's a great example of a good question here. Oh my gosh, love this yarn. I love when you guys are just kind of posting, this is the yarn that I use, this is what it looks like. I mean, here's just more inspiration for you. More questions about the poncho. Great information there for you guys, especially if you haven't started yet. You can start anytime. Monica over here with all her awesome modeling skills. Love it so much. Questions about granny squares, and just shout out to all of those who have made granny squares for the first time during this crochet along. I think Donna was saying that, okay, this is my first granny square. And maybe it's her first granny square, or maybe it's just, ever, or just for this particular crochet along. But in either way, I was so happy to see this picture. And I was really thankful for the questions too. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous piece from Mary. She's got one panel complete and she's working on another one. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it so much. Donna's keeping us posted with her amazing pieces. I love all these little progress updates, like from Sharon Osborne. So good to see you here. Donna really kept us updated with her project and the process. Love seeing that so much. It was so inspirational and just great pictures too. You really did such a good job of highlighting the yarn colors. Beautiful picture from June Marshall. Just one side of the granny square posted here. Sharon, you were another one. You kept us posted with every part of the way. And Sharon is also saying that she is going to block hers. Now, I said this a few times to a few different people, and I'm just going to mention this here again. I did not block my squares, and I did not block my finished project. And the reason I did that is that there were so many other important lessons that I wanted to be included here. And I didn't want people to think that this was a fussy garment or something that was going to, oh man, there's just so many, there's so many things to learn. I don't know if there's just what, never mind, I'm not going to do it. Now, the reason I decided not to incorporate that whatsoever is that I think that the boutique unforgettable yarn, it can be a little thick and a little thin. And I really like that look. I like the unevenness of that. And I think that it creates a fabric that has a little bit of unevenness. I think that there's a beauty to that. Also, we're not making the individual squares and then joining them. So it makes blocking all of these individual squares a little difficult. It's a little difficult further to block individual squares and then you add a panel and then you block, it's kind of like in what point of this process do I block this? Do I block the finished thing? Do I block the individual pieces? If you're familiar with blocking, you can do whatever you think you're comfortable with. But I will say that I think that it's not going to be completely necessary to have to block this. And as a matter of fact, this fabric is going to lend well to just draping nicely after you wear it for a little bit. And after you wear it for a little bit, if you'd like to invest some time and energy into blocking the garment as a whole, you're absolutely going to be able to do that. But it's not necessary. I wanted this to kind of be something that looked really complicated and really complex, but I wanted to be something really approachable. So I didn't throw everything at you guys. Hopefully this was a good beginner lesson. Another beautiful granny square poncho. Love that so much. Hopefully, Sharon, you'll see us. Hopefully, Sharon will see you, modeling this in the near future. Can't wait. Oh my gosh, Linda Simpson with this. I cannot get over this yarn. Please share more. Absolutely gorgeous. I love just the gradient for this, to where every single square has this amazing gradient of color. Absolutely stunning. It's showing mine twice. Nancy, I do remember seeing this in the Ravelry project. Keep us posted. I want to see more. Teresa probably has the most likes, the most comments. Love this picture so much. Love the colors. Love everything about this so much. As you can see, hold on. She's got all the love. Look at all those likes and look at all those comments. Now, I have to really commend Teresa on this here, because she did something that I was thinking about, but I decided not to incorporate, but it's so easy to do. So if you like the look of this, what she did was, in addition to seaming up her panels, so here's one panel, here's two panels, in addition to seaming up the panels so that it can be a poncho, she seamed up the sides so that it created armholes. So this is no longer a poncho, it's now like a shirt. So you can do either one, and it's really very easy to do this, okay? So you don't really need any complicated instructions. So whenever you're doing the slip stitch seam right here in the front, you can do that same seam on the side and just do it, you know, follow the same tips that I gave you about using stitch markers. So you can try it on, you can measure up, oh, okay, I need to, you know, 12 inches up, that's going to give me a comfortable armhole. You know, let me measure off and, you know, let me count my stitches and make sure that it's going to be even on both sides. Donna, beautiful work here. Keep us posted. Oh my gosh, all the updates. Here's another one, Bobby Huddleston. Oh my gosh, that pink and that green together in this granny square. You've got to keep us posted. Sharon, I love it. I've seen like 20 pictures from you so far today just because you've put your pictures in all the right places. And I'm so thankful to see that. I love, again, you guys cannot overshare on pictures because here's the yarn, here's the granny square, here's the panels. Like the more the merrier. You know, it really paints a picture. Here's a video. Guys, don't miss out on these. This was part 3. Lots of different tips and tricks in each one of the videos. Bobby, keep us posted. Love, love, love it. Mary, shawl in a cake. I remember seeing this project on Ravelry. Cannot wait to see this finished. Keep us posted. Nancy had lots of yarn. She was rating her stash, deciding which colors to use. Keep us posted. And then Nancy, I think she maybe abandoned these and went with another color. Love that. Did she? Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't. It looked a little different, but maybe I'm wrong. I want to see some more progress on this, Nancy, so definitely keep us posted. Oh my gosh, Selena Baca, how many times are you going to post? Here's more. I love this. Sherry Richardson was like, I don't know which color to use. Which one should I use? I love even posts like that. I think it's really inspiring just to see, you know, as much variation as possible. Sharon Osborne, definitely sharing the progress. June Marshall sharing the progress. Mary Scott, she chose Unforgettable in title and her first panel is complete. Rena, she had a real problem. That's a good problem. What yarn is she going to use? Keep us posted, Rena. I can't wait to see. Deborah is using Lion Brand Mandala Ombre. And if you guys want to see that yarn worked up in this pattern, here you go. I think it's absolutely stunning. Love that yarn, by the way. Kathy W, she is using Red Heart Yarn Unforgettable. And that's what she's got so far. Keep us posted. Linda Simpson may have one of, I've never used this yarn, but I am so excited after just seeing this granny square that I would really like to try it. So that was very inspiring. Linda, again, so inspiring. Absolutely love how that yarn's working up. And she's sharing all the pictures for us. Keep us posted. Jerry Sue Tinker did such a good job of keeping us posted with her progress. Jade Knits, Sherry, she had a question. First 6 squares from Teresa. I loved how yours turned out, by the way, Teresa. So beautiful. Linda Simpson sharing her progress. Teresa, this is her progress, but we've already seen the finished product. Love it. I think I started at the wrong end because we're starting to see just the first granny squares. Love that. Teresa, thank you so much for sharing the entirety. And to you, Jerry Sue Tinker, so much fun. And Kathy and Jerry Sue and Cassandra. Love it so much. I think some of these are duplicates, and that's why I'm kind of, I don't want to be on, I don't want to keep you guys for like an hour. Again, guys, when you click on the hashtag, you're going to see even all the videos, so don't miss out on that. Linda Simpson, so beautiful. Penny, look at how this is coming out. Penny, keep us posted because I love how these granny squares are turning out. Absolutely beautiful. Jerry Sue Tinker, superstar. My poll, do you like granny squares? Just a fun poll for you guys to answer. A few of you said no, but I wondered, even the ones who said no, if you guys, what you guys thought about the granny square poncho. I wonder, keep me posted. Cheryl Hawk, beautiful granny square here. I'm so glad that you were following along and I want to see more progress. Donna had a question, and that is the last thing that I see in this particular thread. So many different things to kind of look at, whether you're looking at the hashtag over here on social media or you're looking at the finished projects on Ravelry. All right, guys, let me see who else is here. Final shout outs to everybody who is here live. A Cody Cowgirl Creates. Yes, of course it's you, Sharon in Cody, Wyoming. So good to see you. Sally is here from New Jersey. Good to see you too. Just Another Stitch. Hi, Selena. How are you doing today? Fantastic. Having a great Friday. So good to see you here. Just Another Stitch. Hello, all of my amazing yarny friends. How are you all doing today? Oh, you're so kind. And Roseanne Alexander. Oh, you guys are even, I love when you guys chat with each other in the comments. It's so cute to see. All right, guys, that is all I have for you. And this crochet along is a wrap. This is the last time you're going to see me doing a video or anything further on this crochet along. That does not mean it's over and we're done and just give up. That's not at all what it means. It means that this entire crochet along, everything that you need, all the tools, all the resources, all the videos, it is there for you to binge whenever you want on your own terms, and you can complete this granny square poncho on your time. So keep following along, keep using the hashtag, keep posting your projects on Ravelry. I can't wait to see them, okay? All right, everybody, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for following along. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, make sure that you sign up for email updates with All Free Crochet so that you can follow along with future crochet alongs. And if you enjoyed this crochet along, if you enjoyed Granny Squares, if you dig what we do here at the American Crochet Association, come on over and follow us today. All right. Peace, love, crochet, everyone. See you next time. Bye-bye.